Okay, we're back from our cleaning, so what did we learn? Basically, like I said, I started off by using just a damp microfiber cloth. And when I was done with it, let's say this side for instance, I definitely did notice that uh, the most the most delicate swirl marks were gone. And I thought about it and I decided I wanted it to be a little more shiny than that. So I went to the the toothpaste, and you can see over here in these Q-tips, so 4 Q-tips, both sides. That's the grime that came off from using those. At the end of that, though, I looked again, and so what I did was I actually did one side with the toothpaste, and the other side I had just done with the microfiber. But at the end of that, I decided I wanted slightly better result than those two had yielded. So I did wind up going to just a very, very small piece of the Cape Cod cloth. So I used just, I cut off this really small square. I used both sides of it. And at the end of that, let me just quickly on my shirt get any fingerprints off. And I'll show you the results, which at the end of the day, I think I am pretty satisfied with. Now you'll have to look at the earlier video to recall what the starting point was. But this is a much better state. And frankly, I know I can get better if I just applied a little more pressure or used the Cape Cod cloths for just a little bit longer. But really, I don't really care about these deeper ones. They're not even deep scratches. These are medium to deep scratches that are remaining. But I'm really quite happy with this result relative to where we started. And again, since my objective, my priority is longevity, I know that this is going to scratch again, fairly soon after a few more wears. I'm not going to really go and try to get everything off. So I'm pretty happy with this. The lugs are looking better, the case is looking better, and also the bracelet is nice and shiny again. So and yeah, over here this was crazy scuffed up before. You may think, oh, this is pretty scuffed up now as well, but really that's a huge improvement over what it was when I started off. So all in all, what did I learn? So I think that I think the toothpaste does work, right? Because if it didn't, I wouldn't have these Q-tips where I have all this muck on the Q-tip, right? If the toothpaste didn't do something, then I wouldn't have all this muck on these Q-tips. But the fact of the matter is, it's hard to really get any pressure on with the Q-tips. So I think the Cape Cod cloth was significantly more effective. I'd say that if you're going to use the toothpaste, maybe use it on microfiber versus a Q-tip. Or in the end, I escalated from microfiber to toothpaste on a Q-tip to the Cape Cod cloth, and really, I don't think I took off a lot. And it's a much better result than what we started off with. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that my recommendation is, obviously, for solid gold only, start with the Cape Cod immediately, because it takes no time. It's so fast. I spent 10 minutes working on this with the microfiber, and then maybe 2 minutes with the toothpaste. And really, the result was nothing close to where we are now. And that with the Cape Cod, that's where I spent the least amount of time, 1 minute, but it just did an amazing job. So, in conclusion, I'm gonna say that these Cape Cod polishing cloths are pretty damn good. If you have something which is gold filled like this, I think you could probably get away with it too. In fact, yeah, my case back has a bunch. Not that that matters. but I would stay the hell away from anything that is plated with the Cape Cod. I wouldn't touch anything that's gold plated with those Cape Cod brushes. Gold filled, gold rolled, I think you're fine. Just don't do it a lot. And with solid gold, I'm very pleased indeed. I think this came out really good. So I hope you learn something from that. And please let me know if you have any other questions or anything that maybe I should have addressed that I didn't address, or any advice for me based on if you saw me do anything wrong. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks.